apparently, here's let's introduce this as a riddle. What do you do if you have been exposed as being a white nationalist, as the leader of a group of thugs who are currently winding their way through the New York City justice system, that you have been alienated from your neighbors because they don't like your brand of supremacy, of misogyny, of flippancy about these things? What do you do? Well, you, of course, blame the Southern Poverty Law Center, and you sue them.
Make a super interesting sartorial choice.
And you sue them. And how do you announce that lawsuit? You dress up as a plantation owner and go in front of their offices and make this proclamation and explain why the Southern Poverty Law Center is wrong. There is no racism in America. And how do you prove it? Well, you have a special insight because you're an immigrant yourself.
And it depicts this picture of America, which is basically the worst of the 1930s coast to coast. And I know as an immigrant myself, coming in from Canada, I would go to a 7-Eleven in the South, and I'd see like an old black guy in line with a white lady, and I go, uh-oh, we got trouble here. These two hate each other. We're in the center of hatred. We're in the eye of the hate storm. And she'd turn around and go, hey, Isaac, what's going on with your mom now? Is she okay? Yeah, she's not okay, but she's getting better, but she's still bedridden, and we were very worried. Oh, that's terrible. And there'll be a gay guy in the lineup going, hey, guys, are you guys going to be talking this whole time? Because I want to go ahead. Yeah, you can go ahead. You go ahead, Charles. And I go, wait, I thought this was the land of hatred. I saw the SPLC hate map. It looks like it's a dangerous place to be. And this is not just a misnomer, it's not just a lie, it's not just a myth, it's a dangerous precedent to set. Because what they do is...
he's using precedent wrong, but that's not it. That's not relevant here. Just the idea that he has this one anecdote, which
totally happened.
Well,
and then a gay Chinese guy said, I would like my cola refilled.
But even if that anecdote did happen, the idea that racism can't exist if a black guy and a white guy and a gay guy got along in line at the Piggly Wigglies is a fundamental misunderstanding of the problem in society. Not to mention, I love the fact that he comes in with this pre-existing notion, which I guess when he was an immigrant in Canada had this idea because he kept reading the Southern Poverty Law Center site so much that he went in there and was like, oh, I'm in the South and I'm anticipating there's going to be some friction here. This is just a guy who didn't read any history about anything and doesn't understand how racism works. But he's so blind to the idea of prejudice that he will now give you an example of prejudice and offer it as an example of something that is not prejudice. Continue.
Not just a misnomer, it's not just a lie, it's not just a myth, it's a dangerous precedent to set. Because what they do is they cast this wide net of everyone's a Nazi and they start destroying lives. And I'm thinking of the one that pops into my head is Jennifer Morse of the Ruth Institute, and she runs a group that says, if we're adopting, can we maybe focus on mom-dads first before we do gay adoption? And that became, she hates homosexuals.
Now, here's the thing.
It wasn't a strong opening.
No, I don't know who she is. I don't know anything of that story. I just know what he's just told us. And here is what Gavin still does not seem to understand. When you say, instead of focus, why can't we start with moms and dads before we go to gay adoption? In other words, why can't we start with moms and dads before we go to dads and dads or moms and moms? In other words, why can't we just say that if you're gay and you're in a loving relationship that would otherwise be really helpful for a kid who's looking to be adopted, why can't we just say that gays are going to be like in the second tier of people, like almost like second-class citizens? Why is that prejudice? Why is that prejudice?
You can't say anything anymore, and now they won't have
no
fun
data.
with us in last month.
There's
totally
there is
unfair.
exactly no data that shows that gay parents are in some way less helpful to kids than straight parents, adoptive parents. There's no data, none whatsoever. But let's just do that, and that's not a reflection of prejudice. He doesn't even quite get that. Now, just to add to the absolute cluelessness that Gavin McInnes shows, not just that he's out there trying to argue he's not hateful wearing a plantation outfit. Now, of course, wearing a plantation suit does not make you a racist. It just means that you either have no awareness of the racist history within this country, or that you're just trying to make a point that in some way like, oh, I'm going to do this despite the fact that I'm trying to establish that I'm not racist. In other words, I'm going to do something offensive just for the fun of it as I'm trying to make an argument that I'm actually a sincere person who doesn't. But here is where he's completely clueless. So clueless that it's
awesome.
Funny.
Actually, let's be real.
Here is at the start of his speech, he makes some really bad jokes. Like, honestly, like if you go into a Chinese restaurant that you're doing, stand up and a road gig, and you look around, you would make a series of bad jokes like he does. But then he lands on one that is just completely clueless.
Thank you, Ali. That's it. I've never been here before. I've never seen the SPLC's headquarters. And it looks like, not Luke Skywalker, but it looks like Darth Vader's son's apartment. Doesn't it? It looks like an evil empire. What is with the exterior there? It looks bomb-proof or something. It's bizarre.
Yeah, it looks bomb-proof. Wonder why the Southern Poverty Law Center might feel like they should have a bomb-proof headquarters.
Oh my God! I mean, it just workshops of just. Oh man, he's just so relentlessly not funny.
And you know what? He used to be funny. I will hand that to him.
Wow.
Excuse me?
He used to be kind of funny, kind of
Where?
offensive. Like the Vice do's and don'ts. They were kind of funny.
I don't care about offensive. I've just never seen him be funny. I'm
But
actually
he has
fascinated.
fallen
Send me links.
so far.
I have not seen anything from this guy.
And it really makes me feel good on a personal level, because this is someone who's come after me personally, as well as someone whose politics I just despise on a very basic level. It's been one of the great joys of the past 10 years of my life to watch this person fall from someone who, could more or less dictate the terms of what was cool and what was funny and what we just all had to shut our mouths and put up with if you wanted to have a career in media, to now this living purgatory where he's self-aware enough to know that he's surrounded by losers and he's never going to be cool again.
Yeah.
Hey, get a load of this. This place looks like it's set up to withstand bomb blasts.
Right.
It's fucking weird.
What are they doing? Expecting people?
What are they doing? What are they? Yeah, it's interesting architecture choice there, guys, but not exactly welcoming.
Right. Yeah.
Yeah,
exactly.
you'd think an anti-hate group would have a nice exterior.
Yeah, I thought you were supposed to be so much against.
Where's the
hate.
transparency, guys?
Yeah, where's the
Right.
openness? I thought it was all open arms.
What's the opposite of hate? Friendly? That doesn't seem friendly.
Doesn't seem friendly to me at all. You know what is friendly is the Winn-Dixie in Mississippi in 2010, where there was a bisexual Filipino-Brazilian guy, and he held open the door for a black lady, so racism doesn't exist.
Wow.
Anyways, dressed like Don Johnson to deliver my you've ruined my life by calling me a white supremacist lawsuit.
Well, he's trying to prove some sort of point.
Man. The
right?
only thing that Gavin
What is
McInnes
the
could
point
do
that
to
he's trying
save
to-
his career would be get with Katrina Pearson.
He's
That's
going to
really
dress up like a plantation owner, and liberals are going to get all outraged about it. And then he's going to say, oh, look at this dumb outrage culture and this liberal hypocrisy. But both things can be true.
I think that's possible. but-
Outrage culture could be bad, and it could also be bad to dress like a plantation
I'm
owner.
going
But wait a
with-
second,
I'm
wait a second.
going
I just
with
want to say this. Let me just
befuddled
finish.
culture.
Let me,
Like, what are you doing, dude?
Let me just make this absolutely clear. We did not play this video because we're outraged about Gavin. We played this video as, on one level, just on a human level, it's so pathetic that we felt it was funny.
We played this
And
video because we like punching down.
Yeah, and
That's why.
no, it's also a cautionary tale.
And I'm very offended.
It's a
by people who
cautionary
say that I
tale.
don't
If
support
you're
that.
if you you know, it's a
yeah,
cautionary
you
tale.
founded a hipsters 90 media entity that is no longer relevant in 2019, but had a lot of currency in the Obama era and does like weird drug documentaries where first you're hanging out with cool cartel guys, but in the end you're basically just pawning off DEA talking points. Don't become a white supremacist. It could go
Well,
bad
he
for
was
Fuck you
out of
forever. That's my common quote I say. It's fuck you forever. We're done.
There you go.